Hello, I'm Nid, a karma guide, and I am here to support you in how to live a more fulfilling and intentional life so that you can really be the delight that you are here to be and share in this world. And this month we've been exploring how it is that we can create a bit more silence, mostly within our mind, because that's a place that many of us kind of find things can get a little bit tricky. An example is when we can feel a bit anxious about something. Perhaps you've got some travel plans and there's a lot of variables and things that could go wrong, and we can find our mind plays this trick of how many things could go wrong and how can I disaster plan every single risk variable, and it becomes this like da, 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 and it's really tiring. And as your thoughts are doing all of that worrying, you emotionally start kind of breathing a little bit shallow and the shoulders start to creep up and we're like, what's going to happen? And it feels exhausting. It feels so tense. It's unpleasant. We become short-tempered. We become, just quite reactive to things when we don't need to be. And there is a really simple breathing practice that can help you to start to let go some of that feeling and anxious state. I used this a lot in the very early days of my travels after my brain injury, when I was really struggling with anxiety levels because I wasn't sure if I was really well enough to be traveling and how to manage things. And this breathing practice is fabulous because I could do it while I was standing in a queue to buy my ticket for a bus. I could do it lying on my back in my bed, and I could do it seated whilst I was sitting on a bus, not sure if I was going to make it to my destination. So it's a great practice. We can do it in any position. And I would really support you just to get really nice and comfortable. And if you feel cozy and safe enough to do so, you can close your eyes. You're going to be guided through this practice for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to really encourage you to just find the length of your breath that feels safe for you at this time. Now, this will change depending on how stressed your nervous system is. So never judge yourself for, I could do 4 yesterday and now I can only do 3. Yeah, this is really important in this practice. Just trust your nervous system with where it's at and the count that's going to feel supportive for you. One of the most important things with our breathing practices is that we need to feel relaxed and we need to feel comfortable with our breath. To force and push and make the breath effortful and harsh is only going to add to that distress in your nervous system. So please let go of those judgments and comparisons. Just allow your body to be where you are at in this moment as you go through this practice. And hopefully once you've received this guided practice, you can take this with you whenever you need it, wherever you need it, and find that life can be a little lighter. Welcome to this pranayama or breathing practice. In this practice, we are looking to calm our nervous system state with a longer exhale. This longer exhale helps increase the carbon dioxide in the body that will then be released as you breathe out. This releases and carries away old toxins, as well as helping us emotionally lighten and lift. It also engages the part of the nervous system that can help us to feel that we can access that resting and digesting, rejuvenating part of ourselves. The most important thing is that you find a rhythm that is comfortable for you, where your exhale really feels that you have emptied out all of the breath in your body. That means the breath in not only the lungs and the upper chest, but also all the way down into the base of your gut. So when you begin, you might find that a ratio of an inhale for 3 and an exhale for 6 is sufficient for you, building up over time to at least 6 in and 12 out. But take your time.
This is a practice of the nervous system, which means that less is always more. If it starts to feel that there's a strain or stress, you want to go back and take less counts. You can do this practice in any position, but I often recommend that when we begin doing it, it can be good to do it lying down, especially if you're not used to this kind of a full exhale. It can also be helpful to rest a hand on the abdomen and one on the chest. However, you can do it seated and you can do it standing, and you don't have to use the hand positions. But this can just be supportive as you get used to the practice. We will use a sound to chime a 4 inhale and an 8 exhale. But you are welcome to find your own count. So once you're comfortable, we'll just take a couple of inhales through the nose and sighing out with an open mouth, just to let yourself settle down into your breath. We will stay breathing through the nose as much as we can, just to really help use all of our respiratory system and also to filter out any toxins as we breathe in. Once you've settled into your position, with the mouth closed, taking one final inhale through the nose, exhaling out, closing the mouth, inhaling through the nose for 4, exhaling for 8, If you can, you're now going to try and increase this, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 10. Well done for taking that breathing practice. You can do this with your own count and in your own time, finding that inhale for half of your exhale. And over time, you'll find that it will become easier to extend that duration. In the meantime, as you keep your practice, have a most wonderful